Hi and welcome to Excel data entering form, and let me show you guys how this works. I have 4 buttons in total here, and this very data that we're looking at here of Dean Jonathan, we don't seem to have that data on our spreadsheets, as you can see. So I'm now going to click on add record, and let's see, Dean Jonathan should be right there. There we go, that's Dean Jonathan right there. Okay, and we can reset there. Let's add new student information there. That's a new student details, and the name is, let's go for Kevin. Let's say Kevin Crossbow, and address, there we go, 34 Hall Lane, and PO box or postcode, and here telephone number there. And now the course code, let's enter that. That's the course code. So it's a software engineering course, and that's a research program, and that is the course tutor, Professor Tony Montana there. So all we just need to do is to add the details of Kevin Crossbow there, and let's assume we make a mistake, add Kevin Crossbow, and it seems we have 3 Kevin Crossbow. So let's get rid of 1. There we go. I think there's 2 more there. There, that's it. Select Kevin Crossbow. There we go. Now that you guys seen how the data entering works, okay, let's start a new project. First of all, I'm going to, okay, let's go to my developer menu here. If you don't have your developer menu, all you need to do is go to File, click on that, and select Options, and select Customize Ribbon. There, that should be your developer icon there. Okay, you can just click on that on the menu and click on OK, and that should pop up right here. Now click on the developer menu and then select Visual Basic. Once you are in the development environment, let's come straight here where we have Insert. Click on Insert, select Userform there, and you can now define how you want your user form. I'm going to make my user form, the width, I'm going to make that approximately 1044. Then the height, I'm going to make the height about, let's go for 800 there. And let's come straight to the board, the back color here. I'm going to change that back color to green. There we go. Now let's go to the tools. Make sure your form is selected. I will now select the frame, just drag the frame that much, and let's get rid of the text content we have in the frame right here that says frame 1 there. Just go in there and delete that. Okay, I'm going to copy this very frame across. Just hold on to your control, click and drag. There's another one here, and let's repeat the same thing again. Copy and bring that down here, somewhere here, and let's reduce the size of these to about this much. Grab it here, there, and this, I'm going to copy this very one again. Hold on to that and just copy. There we go. And select both and just drag it down, right down there. Now these 3 frames, I'm going to change that color to something brighter. So let's come in here and look for, I think that we do, that's fine, that's fine. And I need 4 buttons here. Now click on the form, go to My Tools, click, there's 1 button here, and just copy this across. There we go. And copy this again there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is up here I'm going to add a label And let's change the color of that label to something brighter as well, and the font, I'm going to make that about 44 bold. Click on OK. There, and in there I will enter data entering form. Let's come right down here, Excel data entering form. There we go. And I think maybe we should just change the color. I'm going to change the color entirely. Okay, come back in here and change that color to green, and the font color, I'm going to make that white. Come back to font here. Let's make it brighter. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, here I'm going to now add a list box here. So this is a list box. Let's drag it that much. That's good. Drag it all the way. Now these 4 buttons, let's change the font size to 22. Font size, we're going to make that bold, and that will be 22 there. And here I need as follows: labels. Come back here, grab a label, there's one here, and I need a text box. It's a text box here. I forgot that size, and I'm going to need 4 more of those. Move that up, and let's just copy and drag. That's 2, 3, 4, and one more, 5. There. Let's change this font size. I need to repeat that again. Okay, let's change the whole font size of everything. Select all and change the font size to something readable. I'm going to make that about 20 bold. Right, and I will also copy it across. Hold on to my control, click and just drag it across. There we go. I'll come right here. See these ones? These very ones, these 3 here, I'm going to get rid of them and just change this to a label. No. Yeah, a label. Okay, that very label, let's change the following. On the border style, I'm going to make that border style single and get rid of the text content on it. There we go. Let's increase the size to 20 as well. Make that 20 there, and actually need 2 of those. 1, 2. Bring this down, and here I'm going to need a combo box there. So come right down here, grab a combo box and just drag it here, and there, that's it, done. So now we just need to give them a name. Select the label there and come straight to the caption. I'm going to change that caption to telephone, and this is going to be TXT telephone. We need more room here, and I'm going to enter enrollment date here, date enrolled, enroll. There, and so on, guys. So I'm just going to speed it up and I'll get back to you guys. And there, guys, I just have to speed that up. And this is how the whole interface looks now. Okay, let's save it before we run it. I'm going to save, and I'm just going to enter let's first of all let's enter data entry. Data entry for YouTube 2 there, and that's for my second YouTube channel. So I'm going to now select, let's select Excel macro enable for YouTube. Let's just complete that to YouTube 2 there, and save that. Make sure your save as type is Excel data enable, and just click on, or Excel macro enable, and just click on save. There we go. Now I'm going to run it there, but none of these buttons do anything yet. Okay, so we exit out. Let's exit out. The first thing I want to do now is I'm going to double click on the exit here, double click on that, and I will declare the following variable. I'm going to call it I quit. Let's declare that as VB message box results. So I'm going to now say I quit equals message box. That will be message box, and I'm going to say confirm if you want to exit, if you want to quit. Yeah, that's fine there. So with a comma there, I enter the second argument. This is the first argument. The second argument for this, that's going to be VB. I'm going to call that information, and I'm going to call it VB information, comma, or let's say plus, and that is going to be VB yes or no. Then comma, I'm going to call it YouTube 2 there, and just close that. Paul data entry 2. Okay, Paul data entry 2. Data entry. Paul data entry 2. There we go. That's fine. I'll come right down here. Let's use an if statement. If I quit equals VB yes, so that should be I quit. VB yes. Then we want this system to unload me, and that. Okay, that is exit taken care of. Let's try that out and see. Exit. No. Exit. Yes. So the exit is working. That's fine. Now the next thing I would like to do is, you see all of the data that I have on this spreadsheet. I would like to be able to display all of this data straight onto my list box here. So I'm going to double click on the form itself. Okay, instead of a user form 1, I'm going to come in here and change it to asking the form to initialize, and once it initializes, I want list display dot column count. In total I have 10 equals 10, and I will also ask the list row, grab all of that, paste it right here, list row dot, that will be row source, list row source equals A1 column 65,356. Okay, that's supposed to be my range. The next thing I'm going to do is, I think maybe I should call the enrollment date as well. Let's come in here. I think that is called, let's see the name of that. Enroll. I'm going to call that. Copy. Go back to my. Underneath there, I'm going to enter that dot text. Yeah, it is a text. Equals date. That should give us today's date. Now, the next one is going to be for my combo box. This combo box is called combo COB course code dot add item, and the very first item I want to add will be as follows. That's supposed to be the course code. I'm just going to make that 5289. Okay, so let's copy that. It's just going to be about 4 course code. That should do 2, 3. Yeah. Now the next one here, let's make that 5432, and this is going to be 9882, and here I'm going to make that 4852 there. So if I run my system now, all of those should automatically, the list box should be populated with every single data that I have in here. Okay, and dates, today's date should appear, while the following data should appear on the combo box. So let's try that out. We have an error. Let's check that out. Today's dates. Okay, I don't think it's today's date, so let's see again. Okay, could not set the row property. Let's go to the row property. Oh, I have an A here, but I haven't specified the column. The column is J. So now let's run that again. There we go, and we have all of our information there. That's good. Okay, let's end that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Let's double click on this. Yeah, double click on that, and I'm going to use an if statement there to get the data in place. So right in here, there. So I'm going to enter as follows. If the data that is selected, let's delete that, or else I'll get an error. Copy this first. Now try that again. If the data that is selected, that value equals, let's say 5289, then I want the following. LBL, that will be course title dot caption equals what? I'm just going to call that serious games research. There, that's my very first one. And LDL course tutor dot caption equals, let's make that Dr. Paul Oamen. Yes, I am a doctor class. Good. And I'm going to now say else if I'm going to copy all of these. Let's just copy that and change things around. Copy, paste there. And another else if, then we change it all around. And if. Now the value here is 4852. So all I just need to do is to enter the course code and so on. So I'm going to have to speed that up. This is going to be software engineering. So let's speed that up. And there, that's taken care of. So let's run it just to see how that's going to work. Right. So click on this there, and all of the data, if you guys can notice, all of those data are there as well. And that is me entering these very lines of code there. Okay, now that is done, let's take care of delete. Double click on delete. We have taken care of exit, so let's take care of delete. In the case of delete, I'm going to declare an integer variable, dim I as integer there, and for I equals 1 to range, and the range I'm going to make that will be my range, because I don't want you to delete the very first one. So I'm going to say the range, that's a range A, enter. Let's get rid of this and put that in a quote as well, the speech mark, dot end x up 1 up. There we go, that's it right there. Dot row, and that will be -1. So that's take care of my title. The row title will now be deleted. So let's use an if list display dot select dot selected equals I, and then I want the following rows I plus 1 dot select there, we then say selection dot delete. So selection dot delete, and if there, that should take care of that. And if I'm going to get that indented, I'll just do it. Let's come in here and we can get the indentation here, indent here. Alright, so that is fine. Indent here as well. And let's enter next there, I, next the I. Right, and that's it, because I've used the for loop. I must next that for loop as well. Okay, that is fine. Now I'm going to take care of the reset. Double click on the reset. In the case of reset, I'm going to declare, let's say dim txt comma, and I'm going to dim delete as well. Deal. Call that deal. So I'm going to use a for loop again. So let's say for each txt, and now I need to find out here my frame. That frame is frame 2, and frame 2 dot control. That should be controls. Okay, now if type of text is MS form dot text, the text box. Then I want the following to happen: txt dot text equals clear. That's fine. So I'm going to end if, get rid of this, end if there. Okay, and I also need to get it nested. Come down here and let's next txt there. So that takes care of that. I have two frames where I have data, so I'm going to copy this, paste again for the next one, and I'll just change this to del. Here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Okay, but I will also need to reset my dates, else it will clear that as well, and reset these guys here as well. Here, grab that date and paste date underneath here. And what else do I need to? Okay, I need to clear the text, whatever text I have here. Paste that there. That is text equals clear. Then I also have my labels, LBL, yeah, there they are. Grab those two, bring them down here, and we clear the data that we have in there, and that's it. That should take care of the resets. So let's try out the reset. We are almost done. Okay, we select here, reset. There we go, that's fine. The date will always come back, so that's good. Exit out, and let's take care of add records there. Okay, for my add record, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare the following variable. I'll call the first one weeks, and that's going to be as worksheet. Okay, let's type it all out. There we go, that's the worksheet. Now the next one is I'm going to dim add data. Let's call that add data as range. There we go. Now add data is range. Then let's say set worksheet equals sheet number 1 that I'm working on, and I'm going to now set add data equals sheet.range, and it's going to range from $65,356 there, and that is going to be dots to the end. That's XL up, X1 up, dots. Let's offset it so that it goes straight to the next line. Right, enter 1 there, comma 0. There we go. Right, now our data is going to be as follows: our data dot offset. The very first one is comma 0, and the value is dot value, and that value is going to be my very first data, which is the student ID dot text there. That is taken care of. I'm going to copy this. I have some other records there. Yeah, and this is going to be 1. We have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I have up to 7. When I get to 7, that should be course code. So I'm going to change that to COB course code. Alright, then I have 2 more underneath. 1, 2, and that is 8 and 9. Alright, and those 2 are this. So let's grab this and just bring it there. So type in, paste that here, and copy this, cut that off, paste that here. So that is done. Get rid of this, and the other one, bring all of these here, there, and get rid of this. So that takes care of that. Now these ones, this is going to be first name. We have surname here. Then we have address. After address we have postcode. Then telephone. Good. What else do we have? Enrollment dates. Dates, enroll. Yeah, that is it, all done. So underneath here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this guy here that I have on my list box that calls the form, and I'll just paste that underneath here. That is what calls the add the data on the workbook straight onto my list box. However, this is going to be B there, and that is it. I think that is it all done. So I'm going to save. Okay, minimize that, save that, run. Okay, decision time. Okay, I'm going to enter my first data. So let's say that is the student details, and the name is Alan Boys. Address of Boys 57, let's say Oamen Lane, and the postcode telephone number and the course that is on there, and that's all there is to that. So let's click on add. Let's make sure Alan is not there for you guys to see, so I'm going to click on add, and right here guys, those are the details of Alan Boys. I've actually clicked on it 3 times, so let's use that to test our delete. We've got rid of 1, and there we go, get rid of the other one there. That is fine. So I'm just going to show you guys the details of Alan on my workbook, then we call it the end of this tutorial. So I'm going to exit out, yes, and let's open up the worksheet, and right there, those are the details of Alan. Okay, and let's run it one more time, then we can just call it the end of this tutorial. So run. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. Please do subscribe to this my second channel, and I will keep uploading onto this second channel. So make sure you guys are regular on this channel, and you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.